So we're back again. Like I was telling you, ممكن نقرا topic sentences, نسkim in details, نقرا concluding sentences. That's something we can do. So it's one way ممكن نتعامل مع الباسج ده. Lots of details في النص زي ما انتم شايفين. وده بيعمل عك. Okay, so let's continue. So what is the primary purpose of the first paragraph? What is the purpose of the first paragraph? Contrast the crystalline strata with other rock formations. Not true. We're not contrasting the crystalline strata. بيقول لك هنا the fourth and last great division of rocks are the crystalline strata and slates or schists called gneiss, mica, schist, clay slate. مش had so much. A mouthful of words. EST reading بقى. So you can read the details. بس هنا هيشرح لنا the types of crystalline. صح. Explain the geological processes. لا ده جاي بعدين. Argue for new classification system. لا برضو ما قلناش عايزين classification جديدة. Describe the unique characteristics of crystalline. It's quite in a few places, right? كل هنا بيكلمنا عن ال characteristics of crystalline. هنا برضو بيكلم عن ال characteristics of crystalline rock beds. So احنا ممكن نقول أفضل إجابة D. Describe the unique characteristics of crystalline strata. Based on the passage, number 2, based on the passage, it can be inferred that the author's attitude toward the Newtonian theory is one of. So how does the author feel about the Newtonian theory? كلم عليها فين مش فاكر. I guess in the middle here, there it is. كلم عن the Newtonian theory هنا. بيقول which I adopt as the most probable. مش بيقول هو ده fact. بيقول I accept it as the best thing. Okay, so it's not skepticism or doubt. عشان he accepts it, he adopts it. Enthusiastic endorsement, لا, this is too strong. ليه؟ عشان هو بيقول it's the most probable. احتمال كبير ده الصح. So it's cautious acceptance. He's not مش بيقول the fact. هو بيقول احتمال كبير. Impartial neutrality. It's not really supported. Answer D here. Also, I would say like answer D بالنسبة لنا. I mean, impartial neutrality. Not really. عشان هو بيقول I adopt, which I believe. So he's not being impartial. Impartial مش هيقول I, by the way. Just keep that in mind. So answer C is the best answer. Number 3, replete most nearly means line 27. In some cases, dark limestones replete with shells and corals. So replete هنا معناه full of. معناه full of. That's what we want, right? So what does the word replete mean here? It means teeming, and teeming معناه full of, teeming معناه في كتير, teeming معناه مليانة, right? It's the best word. Overflowing, I mean, overflowing means كتير لدرجة بيقع من بتاع. No. Saturated indicates absorption. So برضو no. Abundant is for resources. So I wouldn't say that either. So teeming is the best thing. يعني teeming, it means full of something. مليانة, كتير. Question number 4. The passage suggests that the relationship between the volcanic activity and the formation of crystalline strata is most analogous to. We actually have to find this relationship here when the هنا. Okay, here it is. Which will be the materials of these strata were originally deposited from water in the usual form of sediment, but they were subsequently so altered by subterranean heat as to assume a new texture. It is demonstrable in some cases, at least, that such complete conversion has actually taken place. So what's it telling? There's actually quite a few more line numbers. The fossiliferous strata having exchanged an earthy or highly crystalline texture for a distance of 1/4 of a mile from the contact with granite. So basically بيقول لك بسبب الheat, subterranean heat, it changes in formation. So الفكرة هنا heat changes structure. The heat changes structure. Thank you, Mrs. Logi as well. It bears some analogy to that which volcanic heat and gases are known to produce, and action may be conveyed. It has to have been developed in those regions. I don't think it's here, though. I think it's here, Ahsan. Yeah, we have volcanic activity here, but no problem. It's heat and structure. So the effect of sunlight on photographic film that shows destruction. So no, right? As in heat, changes in structure. The impact of yeast on bread dough rising, it doesn't change in structure. The influence of high temperature on tempering steel, right? Answer C. what would happen لو عندنا high temperatures on tempering steel? It will melt, right? It will melt. It'll change the structure. It'll change the properties. So answer C is the best answer. The role of pressure in compressing gas into liquid. Well, the problem with here is the role of pressure, and we want something related to heat, not actual pressure. So here we're going to say answer C. Number 5, which provides the best evidence to the answer? And this is what you were talking about now, geology, right? So عايزين حاجة يورينا heat بيغير الstructure, بيغير pressure, and this is what you were talking about, 35 until 40. صح? And the action. And the action may be conveniently called plutonic because it appears to have been developed in those regions where plutonic rocks are generated and under similar circumstances of pressure and depth in the earth. So هنا بيورينا how something changes into something else. هتقولوا لي بيقول فين الplutonic change? Well, it's called plutonic. ده بيقول لنا النتيجة. But it actually begins from here. The nature of the influence exerted in these cases, اللي هنا, yet it evidently bears some analogy to that which volcanic heat and gases are known to produce. بعدين بقى بيشرح لك ايه هو الeffect بتاعتها. So answer D is the best answer. Let's go number 6. The author's discussion of Venice and Amsterdam in the final paragraph primarily serves to. هو بيقارن Venice and Amsterdam. كان أعتقد أعمل 2 questions على ده. كان بيقارنها بالأرث. Right? Even in cities as Venice and Amsterdam, it cannot be laid down as universally true that the upper parts of each edifice, whether of brick or marble, are more modern than the foundations of which they rest, for these often consist of wooden piles which may have rotted and been replaced with another, without the least injury to the buildings above. Meanwhile, these may have required scarcely any repair. So it is with this habitable surface of our globe, it is relation to large mass. So بيتكلم عن البيلدينجز في فينيس وبيقول بقى الفوق ده احنا مش عارفين ده النيو one ولا الاوريجينال نيو. عشان الاوريجينال نيو اللي تحت الفاونديشن كل شويه بيتغير زي الارث. So it's very difficult to identify. So ليه بيكتب لنا الكلام ده? Why do we have this? عشان بيقارن بيدينا analogy. Contrast geological processes with human construction. لا طبعا صح مش بيقارن geological processes with human construction. Illustrate the concept of ongoing change beneath a stable earth. Answer B. صح عشان بيكلمنا عن الكونسبت هنا بعد كده بيقول لي بيدينا مثل الموجودة في Venice and Amsterdam. Argue for the superiority of natural structures over man-made ones. Off topic. Demonstrate the universal applicability of geological principles. برضو off topic. This is too broad. Universal applicability, right? أساسا في debate. Number 7, based on the passage, it can be inferred that early geologists believe. So again, I have to look in the passage ولازم أدور على what they used to believe. I think it was in line 69. So at that period, it was naturally argued, right, that the foundation must be older than the superstructure. So that old, but it was afterwards discovered that this opinion was by no means in every instance legitimate. So هنا بيقول الfoundation, so نقول الfoundation is older than الفوق, but still لا. The foundation is actually younger. عشان foundation ده كل شيء بيتغير. So what did the early geologists believe? All rock formations were equal age? لا طبعا. صح. عشان there is a difference in ages. Volcanic activity was the primary force in shaping Earth's crust and feature support. The lowest rock layers were always the oldest. Answer C. وموجودة هنا again. It was naturally believed. It was originally believed the foundation was new. لا طلع was the oldest بس طلعنا احنا غلط. Question number 8. Edifice most nearly means line 84. بنتكلم عن buildings. So even in cities such as Venice and Amsterdam, it cannot be laid down as universally true that the upper parts of each building, of each edifice, structure, institution, concept, system, structure. عشان what are we talking about دلوقتي يعني edifice معناها the building, right? واحنا عارفين ده بيتكلم عن building عشان بيتكلم عن foundations و brick و wood. So here we're going to say answer A. Number 9, the author mentions the term metamorphic primarily too. So هنا كان بيكلمنا عن metamorphic rock metamorphic principle. So معناها الكلمة دي جاية منين؟ عشان بيقول لنا هنا the term metamorphic بعدين بقى بيقول for the altered strata a term derived from meta, trans, and morph forma. So بيشرح لنا الكلمة جاية منين. That's why. So it's not challenging a theory, introduce a keen concept in rock classification, demonstrate authority, now explain the etymology of a scientific term. etymology معناها الكلمة ديت جاية منين والكلمة ديت جبناها ازاي. Question number 10. How does the information in the final paragraph relate to the discussion of rock formation in the earlier paragraphs? So بيسألنا ايه علاقة آخر paragraph. This is a big paragraph على فكرة. So بيسألنا ايه علاقة آخر paragraph ديت with the rest of the passage. It doesn't contradict, it illustrates. It illustrates the passage. It illustrates اللي بيحصل. It provides a real-world application of the geological principles discussed. I like answer B. عشان بيدينا a real-world application. إزاي هنشوفها. How we will see it. It introduces a new theory of geological change not previously mentioned. I don't think so. Let's talk about the Newtonian theories. It offers evidence to disprove the Newtonian theory. I don't think it does that either. ما لقيتش support for that. So here we go with answer B. It provides real-world application. بيدينا مثل بنشوفها في الحياة عشان نفهم the principles discussed. This was the Student's Guide to Geology. You can learn anything. Mr. Sema, out.